I thought poetry emanation will outsell OAG 3-1. I remember saying this. Paul, 3-1. Dia tengok salah. 20-1 OAG. Itulah, you underestimate the market.
Sup, aku Adli. Welcome to another episode of Korek Fizikal, and today I'm honoured because my guest today, a person yang dia play one of the key major players yang played a big role in shaping the music yang korang kenal sebagai indie sekarang ni. So dia ada tangan dekat all the greats nowadays, the greats macam Innuendo, OAG, Emo, Too Fair and kami, Datuk Ahmad Izham Omar. Are you?
I'm okay.
Huh?
Sihat?
Okay, I'm good.
Alhamdulillah.
I think the last time kita jumpa masa Psyche Agogo punya book launch.
Psyche Agogo, that was really good. Bagus.
That was 3 years ago, I think. 3 years ago.
Dekat Pavilion.
Dekat Pavilion, yes.
Yes.
What's new with you?
Well, right now I just launched my own movie production and investment arm called Comet with a K. Komet,
okay.
Sebab nak macam Eastern Europe sikit.
Okay.
So sekarang kita ni involved in actually investing and producing movies lah.
Okay. I mean, dah ada any...
Dah ada. I invested in a few movies across Southeast Asia, by the way.
Okay.
Nanti there's one coming out in April that I participated in, coming out, releasing across Southeast Asia. Nanti I will let you know lah.
Okay. Any particular type of movie that you look forward to invest in?
Yeah, we look at something that is always commercial but new and different. So it's people still like it, but you kind of have to be something baru lah kan. Like in a way like how did Positive Tone dulu, ATV, something new and different all the time.
Okay, anything music related?
A few projects are coming to be music related. Kena ada music, kena ada. So that should be coming out. The first one coming out in April is a horror.
Okay.
After that is some animation, and then I think the music ones will roll right after that.
So kenapa music you put last? I thought music is your main thing.
Nak cari projek yang ada music tu, tak ada yang macam sampai lah.
Belum.
Ada that people propose, tapi to me it's not what I want to do. And I don't want to do music just for music sake. Dia kena macam betul-betul tangkap lah, you know. So I really want to make a musical movie, not musical but music. Banyak music dalam movie tu. That is capture the imagination of the youth at that time lah. In a way, macam what we did last time. If you remember kan, you wore the t-shirt last time, Kami. Kami was this project that Lina Tan brought up, and because it featured the latest acts of today, to me that was so important.
Okay.
There is a story in front of it, but behind it, the music yang paling penting. So I want something like that. So I think I found a few projects, but it takes a while to develop. So nak develop movie ni lama sikit, bro.
Okay,
dia tak sekejap, lama sikit.
Faham.
But that's coming.
Do you miss, like, macam, I think technically you've left music quite a while.
In a way, to be totally involved in it.
To be totally
100% involved in music. Because after I left Positive Tone, I was in TV, but I was still doing music. I was producing other albums lah masa tu, Faizal Tahir, Jacqueline Victor and all that, yang part of the reality shows kan. Then I was sessioning lah a little bit. Sessioning for Malik, sessioning for some other artists. I think the reason why dia panggil I sebab I free kot. Free, I say, tak charge.
Okay.
So then they need a keyboardist, I'm there, you know. So I help around, and then about a couple years ago, I was very lucky. Tiba-tiba one of my songs that I wrote with Odi and Tila jadi got selected by a K-pop group.
Oh, okay.
Called Billy. So I'm like, okay, I got a K-pop song. Tapi kelakar lah kan. Only once je lah. But tu je. So far, I want to go back into it. I want to go back into producing, into writing, you know, all that kind of stuff.
You want to go back into dealing with bands, artists jugalah.
Of all the things I've done in my life kan. Dalam semua benda yang buat dalam hidup I kan, the most fun I had masa Positive Tone.
Really,
Paling fun. Paling miskin tapi paling fun.
Why? I mean, in what
because
context?
Because music is my first love kan. There's nothing beats the feeling when you hear a band or an artist or song for the first time yang macam, ni lain lah. And knowing that there is a potential or not for it to jadi besar. Whether in 6 months I'm going to be big or 6 months I'm going to fall flat. The fun is in trying. The fun is, let's try it lah. Let's just throw everything at it and see whether it works or not. Right? That risiko lah. Dah kurang sekarang. You know, in where I am right now. I guess because I'm dealing with bigger stakes. So it's be more careful. Tapi music kan, the cost is a bit lower. So by right, when the cost is a bit lower, you should be as risky as you can be.
You think nowadays punya kids tak berani sangat nak take risk ke? Too sheltered ke?
I think bukan. I think budak-budak sekarang ni dia banyak benda yang banyak explore, banyak benda boleh explore. Banyak avenue boleh promote. Banyak sangat sampai tak kreatif.
I see.
You know what I mean? Dulu I pernah dealt with a music producer, I remember, who told me that during those days, musicians had less things to work on, so they were very creative. Mana you got a lot of things to work on, you become less creative. You know, you got all the tools in the world. You got a 1,000 tracks that you can record on, tapi no idea for music. Sebab banyak sangat options. Sgt. Pepper's album, Beatles. They recorded on 4 tracks, okay.
Okay, yes.
They made that sound. 4 tracks. 2. Lepas tu dia bounce jadi Sgt. Pepper's. Can you imagine? Sekarang ni kita tak boleh buat sebab kita banyak sangat option. The other day I had a software on my computer kan. Tekan satu butang je orang main gitar. Where's the fun in that kan? So you got these amazing things at your fingertips. What are you going to do about it lah? How are you going to make it yours? Itu yang paling penting.
Isn't that scary? Meaning like kalau dah, you have all the tools but the creativity tu is lacking.
Is it scary? Because suddenly you press 3-4 buttons, sedapnya lagu ni, terus release. No bro, that's factory sound. You have to figure out how to make it sound good, right? How to make it your own sound. You take the tools that you get kan, and then perah jadi this is me. Itu I think kurang sekarang. That's why you hear a lot of artists sound the same, because factory off the shelf software. True. Pakai sama, release. Okay lah, I'm an artist now. No, you're not an artist. You are a copy and paste person. You're not an artist yet.
Speaking of which, wouldn't that be challenging for Comet, the music side nanti?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Comet is going to look at looking at its own label soon. It's challenging because we need to find artists yang betul-betul original. Not only that, yang betul-betul live in that. Understand where music came from and understand how they're going to take it forward. That means they have knowledge of music history. Itu very important now. Macam they really live and breathe music history. They know what happened before this and why the music is that level and how they're going to take it to another level. Nak cari artis macam tu memang susah. Nak cari artis yang semua nak jadi artis,
Sepah kan?
Sepah.
It's quite interesting when you mention like kids or musician needs to know music history. Do you think that is something lacking here?
Because if you don't know where you came from, you don't know where to go forward. If you don't know what you're doing, you're just creating something from what you've only heard, but you don't know why you got there. Then it's not going to be deep lah, right? Because you are living in what you call transient world lah. If you notice the works of, I don't know why I go here, but Pablo Picasso.
Okay.
Before hidung dia sengit, when he was a teenager, he drew perfect realistic pictures. Macam you see, macam Mona Lisa type. He can do that. Tapi because he can do that, bila datang World War I dan dia jadi psycho tu, dia boleh sengitkan orang punya hidung sebab dia boleh buat hidung yang betul. Tapi kalau if you can't do it perfectly, you don't know where you're coming from, then you try to do something different, then you macam weird lah kan.
Faham.
Right. That's why I think you need to be grounded in history and understand. You need to love music. You need to sayang betul where the music came from and understand all the grades, and then you can take it forward.
Okay, I'm going to ask you, what's your thoughts about macam, when it comes to international punya history, music apa semua, it's easily accessible. But when it comes to local, which I think that's a major, huge gold mine, sebab let's take sampling. For instance, right? If you dig deeper, but itu untouched, macam cakap untouched gold mine in terms of going back to what you said, appreciate the history of music lah. So what are your thoughts on that?
Oh my god, you just gave me an idea, man. The music of the 70s in Malaysia, macam Helami, Uji Rashid, Black Dog Bondo, it's just ripe to be sampled, man. And do something with it. We should do something about this. Tapi memang, you're right. That's why we need more people like you, yang actually chronicle this thing down and get everybody to understand. Because people think music is about the music, tapi sebenarnya, the lore and the legend of the artist is the thing that drives you on.
True.
You know what happened to Elvis. You know what happened to the Beatles.
Yes.
All those things that they went through contributed to your love for the music.
True.
Because the legend lah, you can imagine Jimi Hendrix walking into Electric Lady thinking, oh my god, dia baru what did he do, no? And then dia main gitar pakai satu string. All those stories are important.
True.
We don't have enough.
True.
I want to know what Hilami or Judas did, you know, maybe roller skating ke apa.
Yeah,
You know, I want to know that kind
yeah.
of stuff kan. Walaupun people think it's trivial. I think the PR or the PR agencies or even now that we have everything on the web, on social media at our disposal kan, the artist should also, or their management should figure out how to create dia punya law. How dia jadi from there to there, you know, apa cerita kelakar dia, you know.
True.
All those things are important. Yeah.
True. Interesting. Maybe kita boleh lah kot. Sebab last 4 years, Psyche Agogo came about from Korek Fizikal with Nazaf. So maybe...
That's right. That's right. All these things are like, we must do more.
Yeah.
We must do more.
Do a project compilation ke apa kan. Okay, syarat dia, you need to sample only Malaysian.
Oh, that'd be so, I mean,
Yeah.
that's so amazing. Ellie Cats is just waiting to be sampled.
Yeah, bukan banyak gila to be honest. If they dig deeper, because to me, right, if you sample Malaysian, let's say Malaysian punya classics, right, that somehow akan buat establish Malaysian sound.
Right.
Kita akan sembang lagi. Lepas ni kita akan tanya Izham dia punya first piece of music. Dia beli segala first lah after this. Alright, Izham. The first piece of music yang you dengar.
First ever.
First
piece of
ever.
it. Actually, you're not gonna believe this. It's actually, I want to hold your hand, the Beatles.
Really, yeah? How old were you then?
3. At that time, it was 1973.
Okay.
Beatles are disbanded, but my mother ada dia punya 8-track. 8-track something. So dia pasang. This is simple je. She bought a piano that day.
Okay.
Old upright piano, bought it in the house. Oh no, she called me Izham. Izham, main sini. Dengar lagu ni. Mak nak nyanyi. Pergi main piano. Of course I didn't know. So I have to learn. Yeah.
Remember, so is it safe to say that Beatles is your first artist or band yang...
That macam went inside. Yeah, betul. Beatles is the first one. And I did not know that they disbanded until about late 70s.
Oh, okay.
78, 79, I heard Beatles were disbanded. What?
Any reason why the Beatles?
I don't know, my mother suka. And then bila dengar lagu dia punya people don't know because what they did at that time was considered revolutionary lah. They orang buat pop sepatutnya macam ni, they move left, they move right. They just didn't want to do anything that what everybody else was doing. Sampai they reinvented themselves kan. They only had 8 active years I think. But they release sometimes 2 albums a year. They really work hard. But every album they release is like better, a different album than the album before. So they berani. Forget what this pop. Let's just do something weird lah. Itulah je dia. You know, the Rubber Soul, Sgt. Peppers and White Album. They just went crazy lah kan. And they could do it. And they had the responsibility to do it. Luckily they didn't play safe.
What do you mean by they had the responsibility to do it?
Sebab music ni is something that you kena buat something new all the time. Imagine if Coldplay make the same album. Nobody will like them after 2 albums pun. Tapi they have to always reinvent themselves. Radiohead reinvent themselves, right? You have to always benda baru. Sebab music ni, kalau you dengar lagu yang sama, you akan fed up. Walaupun lagu tu sukses, that style is successful, you have to always reinvent yourself. So because of them, dia orang berani reinvent themselves. Too fat dulu pun. You kena berani do something new. You tak boleh kata, I play it safe. You have a responsibility to everybody who follows you to keep pushing new ground. Then music will progress. Because you tak push new ground, music akan mati. Bila music akan mati, orang kata, alah, music industry ni boring lah. Bunyi sama je kan. So you have a responsibility to the music industry because of your influence. Well, I was lucky enough to have some of the biggest artists at that time. I always kept telling them, don't make the same album again. I don't want to hear 60s TV again. Something else, I don't want to do Anak Ayam again. Something else, You've done that before. The artists that we had memang lah, diorang memang gila kan. Sometimes they went too far, but it's okay. Yeah, that's why I said they kena bertanggungjawab.
Yalah, because their position, they can actually somehow swerve.
They will drag people with them.
Yeah.
Because the point of all these things is to drag people ahead all the time and progress, right? If you don't do that, then you're just like a typical executive lah, make music, make money. Some of us are not doing that. Some of us make money to progress music. Itu yang penting.
So apart from the Beatles, any artist yang ada impact on your life?
Oh yeah, this is this is very sad, tapi it's the Bee Gees.
The Bee Gees, why sad?
Terperanjat lah. I was terperanjat because masa disco tu.
Oh, okay.
Saturday Night Fever. My mom again lah was playing that song lah. Then I listen to their harmonies. Okay, then I said, okay, these harmonies are great lah. Macam mana dia buat ni kan? That brought me to listen to other harmonies. Then I listen to harmonies by Everly Brothers yang macam they got from. Then I heard someone said Malaysian band pun ada great harmonies juga. Then I heard Tres Amigos. Yang that 50s, 60s Portuguese descent band from Malacca kan. You dengar balik harmony dia. Oh my god, 3-piece harmony tight gila. So I'm like that got me into, that's why I said the Bee Gees led me there.
Okay.
Beatles was always 2-part harmony, which is great. Tapi this 3-part harmony went the other way. Like, oh okay, so I thought that was a great influence on me lah.
So meaning your major influence is like the progressiveness and the melody.
Yeah. And then came new wave of
new wave, anyone particular?
British new wave. Itulah semua lah the typical lah, The Cure, Thompson Twins, Depeche Mode, Flock of Seagulls, all those kind of the Britpop wave lah kan. I was really going, not following the American side, really, more British side kan. Even acts like what was it, Simple Minds, Go West and all kind of stuff.
Okay.
All those weird stuff. And then I started listening to a bit of The Clash. And then masuk situ lah pula. And then listen to a little bit lah the Sex Pistols, right? And then I discovered jazz.
Wah, from that to jazz.
First time itulah tengok TV RTM2. Out of the blue they showed this black guy, big chubby black guy playing the piano at speed I've never seen before, and dia punya melody lari-lari macam dia tengah solo lah. Tapi effortless gila. Saya tengok Oscar Peterson. Saya tengok siapa ni Oscar Peterson ni? I was 14. Apa Oscar Peterson ni? Study jazz, and I got into jazz, and then that's when I then started study music lah. Termasuk dalam jazz. Sambil tu did all this other stuff lah.
Okay, if there's any artist or moment yang macam make you go like macam, I want to do music.
It's not artist.
Okay.
It was an executive.
Okay.
Barry Gordy.
Okay.
Motown.
Alright.
Okay, now I know he does all this big stuff, but you should listen to everything that he did. Ada yang a lot of failures along the way. Tapi he experimented, bro, and he made the record label tu macam, kan Detroit is Motor City, Motor Town kan. Dia buat macam assembly line. Dia ikut sebiji sebab dia kerja assembly line. They took it and put it into his Motown Records, and they said, okay guys, we are not making black music for black people. Because if you do that, our market be small. We're making black music for white people. That's why Diana Ross tak kat depan. Michael Jackson tak kat depan kan. Because he wanted to do something different. So, I actually read his book called To Be Loved. And then I ambil tu, Lock, Stock and Barrel, jadikan Positive Tone.
Oh, okay.
How to make urban music or kata indie music for mass, not for indie. Most people think I make indie music for indie. No, indie music, indie people itu given akan ada. Tapi how do you make pakcik, makcik semua suka kan? That's the point. Then baru you boleh get more income in and then do something new kan? You always be in your own little what you call it circle, and then you be very frustrated person in the end.
Were you surprised macam let's say okay before we go there, macam Positive Tone tu macam I think was it ada tak elemen macam macam ni budak-budak indie
surprise ni. Tapi bila buat business plan, surprise dan tak surprise. Okay, surprise is because when I was studying abroad, I work at a record label dulu. Nama dia Tank.
Tank Records.
It's a punk record. Then no more around lah.
Tak ada.
Tapi dia macam ni lah. Dia macam ni, and I was handling orders from all over the world. Zaman dulu kan, orders dia macam pakai fax. From Spain. I need 40 CDs of, we call it lemon hits. Letak 40 CDs of record, put together dengan tu, roll, hantar dengan. Then I learn about the music industry there. So I dengar dia punya music, memang dia punya punk style tu, kan I listen just a bit of Clash, just a bit of Sex Pistols kan, just a bit of Morrissey tu, not really punk. But when into their music, dah lah belajar pergi Berkeley kan. Punk is the total opposite of Berkeley. Berkeley is structured and you belajar. Punk is throw everything away, you know, and just do what you want, right? So when I learned that, I cakap, oh my god, this music is so free. It's so free. Salah tak apa. Jadi you punya attitude kat situ kan. So I didn't know that they had that in Malaysia. I did not know.
Oh, okay.
Because I was dah masuk dunia jazz kan. So bila balik Malaysia tu, I was like hanging out with all these people, and then I bump into Paul lah, and then said, you know, so you should check out this band OAG. Then I went to their gig. I went to some of these gigs lah. Tengok, oh my god, the gig scene was so active and jumping and lompat-lompat. I was about 24 masa tu. And then I was jumping up and down in the bestnya kan. And then of course when the band starts spitting from the stage, okay, I'm gonna go to the side. A bit hygienic, but it's okay lah. But it was fun. It was sangat-sangat fun. And then I realised the power of the indie scene. Tapi dengar kat radio tak ada tau. Then I realised, dengar nobody's writing about these guys. Daryl Go lah sikit-sikit. Tapi nobody's really writing about them. Ada Sujesh dulu, write out a bit sikit lah, but sangat-sangat sikit. There was a show on TV3 suddenly called Alternative kan. But that's it lah, there was nothing else. So I'm thinking, kenapa ni? Maybe there's no money ke? So when I went to all the gigs, macam, all these guys were so like, how can there not be money in this, right? Not for money's sake, but for me to help reinvest in this thing so it can be bigger and bigger and bigger lah kan. When I did the business plan, I knew somehow that it was going to work. But how, I don't know. But I cannot use the same plan as Warner, Sony, BM. Tak boleh. Because they have their, you know, make a music video, go to URTV, you know what I mean? Go to TV3, music, semua kena ada. I cannot. Because the artist macam OAG, mana boleh buat kat situ, dia macam tak kena lah. So you have to find your target audience and then to work it. That's when I thought, wow, this is what the scene in Malaysia we have masa tu was jumping and nobody was paying attention to them. So I thought, let's try lah. I don't know about Goldmine. I don't know how big it was kan. I did not know how big it was until OAG punya first album sold and oh my goodness, this is big. Yeah, baru tahu.
Okay, kita backtrack sikit. Okay. How did you get involved with Positive Tone at the first place?
Okay, so when I came back from my studies, I met Helen Yap. Helen Yap was the one who told me to go study music.
Oh, okay.
Helen Yap, you know, the big time arranger, asked me to study. I study lah. Daripada dia cakap, budak-budak pun kita tahu kan.
Yes.
So when I came back, she says, by the way, I want you to go and meet Kenny dulu. Kenny Remy Martin, okay. Dia kata, he's got Positive Tone. So I thought, Kenny tu is a very happy person, Positive Tone. When I arrived there, dia kata, oh, nama label dia Positive Tone, but he has done nothing with it except dia dengan partner dia, Jeff Sia, has released album called Leonard Tan album. That's all they did. Then I met Paul. Then I went to the gigs. Then I came back to Kenny and said, Kenny, I want to do this, right? But can we just focus on this urban music, right? Okay, if you want me to do some mass market artists, I try, just in case. I love the music, I love the people, but most importantly, ada market. There's a market opportunity. So Kenny said, okay lah, we leave you. Just tell us what you're doing. I said, so I just went laju lah, hit the ground running je. Tapi I didn't know anything kan, so I have to go and study the market lah, cakap dengan orang, go to the gigs, find out how it works, you know how does the distribution work, how marketing works for Malaysian records kan. And then once I found all of that, then put together business plan, did a cash flow, did a P&L for about 5 years P&L, thinking, of course, all of it salah lah kan. But at least I have a plan. Then I say we release OAG here, and then I Poetic Ammunition, I release Poetic Ammunition here. And masa tu I found a band called Innuendo. Okay, release Innuendo here. Okay, let's try. Itulah, that's how we started.
So OAG was the first band yang you guys signed up?
OAG and Poetic Ammunition together. At the same time. Yeah, I remember during the contract, I curi orang lain punya contract. Okay, I don't know, I found some contract. Okay, tukar letak nama OAG tu jadi was my contract. Mana ada duit nak hire lawyer masa tu, kita sendiri lah.
Okay. You guys, Positive Tone punya release was together, right? Poetic Ammunition and OAG. Itu album ke single?
Poetic Ammunition single, OAG album. I thought Poetic Ammunition will outsell OAG 3-1. I remember saying this, Paul, 3-1. Dia tengok salah. 20-1 OAG. Itulah, you underestimate the market. Then we had a launch dekat Pyramid, I think.
Pyramid Supper Club.
We had a launch, we just put flyers out. That's it lah. And people, when the day came, people were like from buses, like a ant, semutnya line, datang pergi kasi, what all these people? The word spread, word of mouth. Then I realised that the word of mouth, the indie at that time, the alternative audience is big. Everybody wants to be part of that. Even Sophia Jane came, okay.
Yeah.
Cakap, who invited Sophia J? Paul cakap, I did.
Oh, okay. So
That was
the
fun, yeah.
recording process of OAG punya first album,
Yeah.
how's it like?
Paul did the album. Paul did the demo album demo. He just got from Bentley Music a loan of the instruments for about a weekend, 2 nights.
2 nights.
So he recorded everything in 2 nights. Everything in 2 nights.
Okay.
And he did it. Yeah, he did. Then of course in the end editing dia lama lah kan. Sebab he record everything apa kan. So that's amazing lah. Paul shaped that sound. Paul shaped the sound of the guitar and rock bands coming out from Positive Tone. And then he helped me shape the R&B and hip hop sounds coming out from Positive Tone. But in the end, Paul punya engineering genius lah did everything lah, you know. Yeah. So I'm indebted to him lah sebenarnya.
What about Emo pula? The story I heard about Emo, they were macam mana? They were signed because they beatbox. Betul?
Betul. I wasn't even there.
Oh, okay.
Paul Yogi ikut kawan dia pergi Kenny Music punya studio. Kawan dia ada jingle recording. Lepas tu Paul nampak Yogi nampak Paul. Yogi kata, I'm a rapper. Paul said, sir, well, show me what you can do. So, outside the longkang kat session 16 Kenny Music tu, Yogi beatbox. Paul kata, okay, you're on.
Oh, macam tu
Macam tu dia. Yogi is very famous right now in South India. He's huge. But quality of Yogi is very, very sangat-sangat kuat masa tu. Dia punya technicality is very, very strong. So if I was there, I would have signed him on the spot as well. Then we don't know what to do with him. So tengok dia boleh produce. Okay lah, produce. Actually that's what happens. Macam OAG, okay, they couldn't produce, so Paul produced, but Yogi boleh produce. You know, and Too Fat can produce themselves. Innuendo was with me, so
yeah, speaking of Innuendo, how did you discover them, the story of, you know?
Okay, so I had this my friend of a friend. Okay, a friend of a friend gave me a demo tape of these guys that he met. One of them was in the previous Innuendo setup. There were 5 of them last time. One of the 5 gave him a demo tape. He gave to his friend gave to me, knowing that I just back from the US lah kan. I just popped it in the car, remember. The cassette, okay? Dia punya demo. And this was right outside of Quenching Girls School, tengah drive. I dengar dia punya harmony tu. I sampai nak masuk longkang, nak masuk the big parade tu kan. Oh my god, mana sound ni kan buat kat sini pula tu kan. How did they get that luscious sound kan? Cakap, I gotta find out. So on that day itself, cari tengok dia performing kat Rock Cafe. Lari pergi sana dah habis. By then I met Remy. Mamat ni cute juga lah. That's why my record exec started getting me. Boleh jual ni, tapi kena tengok lah muzik dia macam mana kan. So he ajak me to his house. There I met them. By the time it was 5 of them, it was a different setup. Remy ada, Put ada, Touch ada, but the rest was 2 others were different guys lah. But then they change. But I worked with them at Remy's basement though for 1 year.
Really?
I had a label masa tu. OG was releasing and all that, but I had no idea what to do with them because number one, I don't know where they would be, whether they'll be together or not, and what sound they will make kan. Tapi as we jam, I dengar the final 4 that made it. Dia punya sound was so tight and so different dan nangis dengar. Then I timidly went up to them like, I know guys, I've been helping you just for rehearsal, just for fun, for jamming, you know, for your live shows. Let's make an album, what do you think? Under my Positive label. But because they know me dah 1 tahun, okay lah, let's see bro. So that's how we did it lah.
The first song that was recorded for the album lagu apa?
Actually, it was Belayan Jiwa.
Seriously?
It was Belayan Jiwa, yeah. And then the guy said, oh no, we cannot go with Belayan Jiwa because where's our hardcore R&B soul? So started making R&B soul, but then in the end, we released lah one of the R&B soul song first, but the second single we released was Belayan Jiwa. Everybody forgot the R&B soul, just went with Belayan Jiwa lah. So I think the guys are okay. They were okay in the end, right? To that. So it was.
Did it surprise you menang AIM?
Yeah, because at that time there was a little bit of a English albums cannot really, because that album was mostly English, cannot really join all these categories. But somehow we made it happen. Yeah, so it was a good win lah. I think until today that album had 6 AIM awards. So until today, I think it's a record for one night, one album, right?
Yeah.
So Oh, that was Alhamdulillah.
So did that win somehow? I think that was the first win, and then 1+1.
Oh no, one was before.
1+1 first.
We won the best English album throughout kan,
Yeah,
that one stretch
yeah.
kan. Lama kita menang, and then after a while it's like the positive tone category. I was so embarrassed lah. But it's good. Then I saw a lot of other acts, other labels doing the same thing, doing more like progressive stuff. At the time it was English lah. And nowadays you don't have to be English kan, just do something progressive. Tapi the fact that ramai-ramai buat, barulah jadi revolution.
True.
Kalau satu je buat, bukan revolution. Tu sendiri kan. Kena ramai-ramai buat baru best. Macam wah, you got Fat Boys lah sini. You got everybody's doing this thing. It was fun time to be around. Butterfingers doing their stuff.
Any interesting? Too Fat. You signed them, right?
Yeah,
After you heard the demo?
I
First time you heard the demo tu lagu apa lah masa tu?
dah lah dia record dalam in my studio.
Yeah?
And they want to use the studio punya sound kan. It was Little Fingers, I think. I think lah. I tak ingat. Tapi banyak because I heard so many things. But then I saw them perform at Sunway Amphitheatre.
Okay.
Powerful performance, fan base kuat. So I went to that, you guys, this sign lah, you know, you already been in my studio, you know. I heard your music is really, really good. But
Masa tu the album dah ready lah. Water Lily dah...
What the Lily was being recorded, but I've heard the cuts lah. They allowed me to hear it. But then after that, the second album was even more crazy lah. But yeah, they were okay. They were okay with me helming the record side.
Did you expected Water Lily to blow up like
No.
how it did?
No.
Sebab masa tu, yelah, I mean hip hop is, yelah indie pun dah niche, hip hop lagi lah niche.
I remember talking to our head of sales masa tu. I can't mention his name. But he was saying that, ni bro ni, this is a fad. I said, you go to KLCC right now, budak-budak pakai singit cap 45 degrees to the side, you know, hanging out there. Dia kata, this is a fad. Just 2 months gone. 2 months apa dia jual double platinum. Then he like, okay, this is not a fad. This is kept on going right. And then second album masa ada all these other songs, the more mass market songs lagi lah meletup kan. So
Plan B
yeah, Plan B.
So masa tu at that time you had 3 big names. Susah. I mean masa tu at that point the positive tone dah rasa macam okay, dia bukan macam dia dah kena serious lebih sikit ni.
But it became really serious when EMI came in lah. Because with EMI became structured lah lagi. Like okay, how many albums we're releasing this year? Because last time on my own, I could say we're gonna do 3, but I don't think I can. Let's just do 2 lah. Don't worry, it won't affect you guys, you know. Because we were not KPI driven in that sense. We were driven by what's right at that time. But EMI different lah. You have KPIs, you have set. If you say 5 albums, it'll be 5 albums, you know. Which is a good way of doing things as well, more structured. So in that sense, we became a bit more of a factory lah. But I tried to make sure that all the guys still doing the things that they love. Tu yang paling penting. So then we have Rafish and BE came out. There was something new kan. And we tried everything like John's Mistress, Rabbit, Julia the Orange. Masa tu lah, masa dengan MI, because we had let's try it man, let's go for it, you know. So that was good.
And then like macam it's quite interesting macam 1+1 tu. How did that came about? What was the plan masa tu?
The plan was originally we were thinking, shall we release? I mean, we know OAG was successful, so we said that okay, under using OAG's name, let's see whether there's another group of guys. And we thought we found some lah, kan, Nice Week Playground semua tu kan. So maybe we should put them together lah. And then Paul said, yeah, we should put them together lah. Yeah, let's all put, and then ask the band, let's all be together in one family, and then let's all do that. So it became a collective decision. We just decided to put it out like that lah, kan, and see what happens. I did not have much hope for it because I thought it's a collection of unknown people except for OAG, kan? And OAG had only about I don't even remember. Did OAG even have a song in that?
1+1, yes.
Yeah, ada kan?
Ada.
But it's only 1 or 2, so it's not not the whole album. So I'm thinking, no way this can work sangat lah. Tapi it also did well. So I'm like, okay. Then it gave us a launching pad for everybody else lah to launch. Especially Nice Week Playground did well after that lah. So
But don't you think Nice Week Playground is somewhat underappreciated?
Yeah, I think that style of music I personally love. To me, I always say one of my favorite productions is Stereo Girl from Nice Week Playground kan. But underappreciated because I rasa dia you telinganya memang kena curated sikit. Tapi melody dia sangat-sangat sedap. I think it's a bit mellow for a lot of people kan. Budak-budak kan suka yang lompat-lompat tu. Dia kan mellowy sikit, just nice, you know, very curated sound. I love it.
One of the classics you ask me.
Yeah, man.
Apa my parents my parents is my biggest
my biggest television.
Yeah.
My life is my parents' biggest television.
Yes.
And they're still playing, you know.
Yeah.
In Kuching, I saw them before. I message them sometimes, you know, seeing how they are.
And then okay, kita dah jauh tu. Your first music crush.
Oliver Newton-John.
Oliver
Yes,
Newton-John?
from Greece.
From Greece.
Don't ask me why. I thought you know, I want to marry someone like that. You know.
Oliver Newton-John.
Dulu lah kan. Masa dia nyanyi Hopelessly Devoted to You. By the way, it's a wonderful song.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh wait, bagusnya dia ni. Kan? So I thought that was it lah.
But
that was it lah, itu je. Budak-budak.
And then your first local artist, right? Yang macam Malaysian artist lah, yang you dengar macam it blows you away.
It's not Malaysian, but it's Black Dog Bone.
Okay.
Because of what they did. It's just amazing lah to me. Actually, people keep talking about P. Ramlee lah. P. Ramlee is gila lah. That one until today I'm finding out new things about what he wrote and how he approached it. Macam even I don't know how he did it lah. You know, with that whatever he had at his fingertips yang dia boleh buat kan. So P. Ramlee was the other one. Sudirman was the way he carried his songs. Very masuk dia memang nyanyi memang dari dalam lah, you know, you can feel everything, every emotion. So that was those guys were good. I was also the Sheila Majid fan. Masa dia mula keluar dengan dimensi baru tu and all those things lah.
I'm quite intrigued bila you cakap P. Ramlee gila. What do you mean by that?
For example, lagu Tunggu Sekejap.
Okay.
Most songs, if you're a competent musician lah, you dengar dia macam, okay lah, kita boleh jam lagu ni. You try to do that, to Tunggu Sekejap, memang tak boleh. Sebab dia punya chord progression dia punya lari from here to there, is not expected. Tapi most people don't realize it because melody dia cantik sangat kat atas. So you don't feel what he did at the bottom. Now that is mark of a true genius because he did something complex but presented it so beautifully simple. Can you say someone is clever if he can present the most complex thoughts in the most simplest ways, kan? He did that in music. If you listen to Tunggu Sekejap, it's not easy even until today. I was like, what chord did he play there? How did he get there from here? Berkeley never taught me that. No, I mean, this is something that you just have to feel and understand what he was doing. And the fact that he did it so effortlessly and under so much pressure, and to me that was, I think, amazing lah. The issue right now is why is there not another P. Ramlee in that sense of making that difference in the music industry and film industry. I think if he was alive right now, he'd be very angry that everybody is still referring to him and still recreating his jokes. You know, dude, that was 1945 or 1955, right? You know, it's already 2024. Why are you still doing my jokes, right? You should be evolving as a nation, kan?
Kenapa tak evolve begitu?
I tak tahu. I really don't know why.
Is it something in our water?
No, I might get into trouble for saying this lah, but I think from young, we were all never been nurtured to appreciate the arts. Not to become musicians, but to understand how to appreciate the arts, right? To appreciate what makes up music, what makes up film, what makes up story, kan? I was once kan, I dekat Bandung, ada angklung orchestra. And there was a bunch of school kids about 6 or 7 year old dengan headmaster dia tengok. Angklung tu finish, the headmaster go up, I think the music teacher lah. Okay anak-anak, yang itulah yang kita belajar semalam ya, iaitu pentatonic scale. Cakap, pentatonic? I learned that in Berkeley. This guy 6 or 7 years old dah belajar. So they know what that means. It means pentatonic scale means the scale, the 5 note. Okay, but the point is, they know the basics, so they know when you become big, then you have to be better than that lah. Most of us are still discovering basics because nobody's around teaching us the basics. I was an intern in Berkeley High School Summer Jazz Festival in 1990. All the high schools around northeastern region of United States pergi Berkeley buat competition. Ada big band, ada small band. The level of musicianship there amongst 15 and 16 year olds was so good. All our professional musicians here will be put to shame. Tapi when you ask them, 70 to 80% not pursuing music. It's just a hobby. Hobby level macam tu. That means the ones above that, then they pursue music because they know they are cut above the rest. If you can just play chords and you know music theory, doesn't mean you should be an artist.
True.
You're just a musician, but have you got something to say? Have you got a message, a story, I don't know, something about you that you wanna that is different, then you become an artist. So I think that's why basic kita tak cukup.
Will it ever change, you think?
Not until we instill strong arts appreciation program in every school, to every kid, and for every parent here to want to help their kids appreciate the arts. Whether it be music, film, dance, TV, whatever kan, appreciate the novels kan, membaca tu, it's so important kan.
True.
Then I think then you got a nation that's ready to consume something more progressive all the time.
Lama lagi tu.
Oi, lama, sangat lama.
Okay, your first WTF moment with the stuff that you buat?
Good WTF or bad WTF?
Both also can.
When OAG went triple platinum, I was like, what the hell? Did not expect that coming. At the same time, OAG got pirated. Also,
Pirated, eh?
pirated. Then I realized they only pirate the good stuff, right? But then, how to deal with this pirate, how to get the pirate, it was so difficult. It was just so difficult. So that was also a sad moment lah, you know. A good another WTF moment is Innuendo winning all those awards. Some other sad moments when for example, artists, how music industry works, for example. They're upset because their songs didn't hit. Or they're upset because it's not the dream life that they thought it would be, no matter how hard they put their life into it. Those are, for me, are the most sad moments lah, because I've led them on the journey kan. Dah bawa dah sekali jadi keluarga kan, tapi tak jadi successful. Itu yang when you have to get rid of them, no choice kan, because you cannot plant more hope for them because they are getting on and they have to find a new, you know, source of income kan. So that's, to me, those are the saddest moments lah. Guys, sorry lah, we can't continue this anymore. It's nobody's fault. We tried our best, right? But at least we tried. But I think it's time for you to start a new career right now before it's too late for you.
Apa, the fact that EMI swallowed positive tone tu tak sad?
Not really, because they gave us the resources to try out new things. Without them, we wouldn't have tried all these artists, John Smith, Model, we wouldn't have tried without them helping us out. But sad, because we were not ourselves anymore lah. I mean, we were not 100% independent. Now we were to work with somebody else who sees what we're doing. But Darren Choi is just a big supporter, and whatever I did, he was just supporting, and I learned so much from him. So to me, in the end, it was good. Too Fat could do all those crazy Too Fat albums because EMI was there to back us up, right? If not, I wouldn't have. Should I take out that much money to do this? EMI, yeah, let's do it. Let's go crazy, man. Yeah.
Speaking of Too Fat, right? Rebirth into reality.
Yeah. Why?
How was it? I mean, the kalau ikut the legend, the orang-orang cakap, it's like hard to complete album. Is it true?
To be fair, I wasn't involved then at that time. When was it released again?
I think 2004.
Yeah,
I think.
I left then masa tu. But I heard lah from the studio, it was very hard to complete album lah. But you gotta ask them, because for me it was like, oh man, you know. But you're right when you mentioned that thing. When I left the music industry, I really was hoping that, you know, people just continue and just try. The blueprint has been set, kan?
Yep.
Just kind of do it lah, you know. But somehow it didn't work out like that. So I'm not sure what happened.
One of the biggest mystery lah, the vicious cycle. Speaking of which, right?
Yeah.
You were technically masa tu you were alone.
Yeah.
In terms of like, you know, this is new music for Malaysia. You know, kita cerita industri, masuk RIM, apa semua. So how was that like? I mean, like being the, you know, the only one yang macam, you know, nak melawan the, you know, industry punya tradition and stuff.
But that's the thing. I wanted the industry to support us because we can only jadi besar kalau kita ada infrastructure of the industry to push us, kan. If you're alone in the indie world, kita memang struggle lah. So I wanted to get accepted but not change who we are. And that fight was strong, right? And worth the fight lah. That's how we got into all this AM categories semua tu lah. But I think those were the fun times actually. Sebab then when we saw Era had Urban the Era something, right? And then
Lina on.
Dulu tiba-tiba keluar Urban at Era tu lagu positif tone banyak kan, and then hits at the top 10 English, semua lagu positif tone. I think when the mass market was saying, hey, let's do this, then I realized, hey, we did it lah. The first day when I worked at dekat 8TV, kan, I remember, okay, before it's backtrack, I remember telling guys when we released the Too Fat album, man, I said, this Tufa album will be successful if the Pak Gad at TV3 is gonna sing the song. Meaning I'm telling the guys, all these guys, you got to market this to the mass, but keep to it, to what it is, right? Don't sell out lah. First day on the job, ATV ni, I left the music industry kan. Got out of my car, there was no parking spot for me, right? I park ni the Pak Gad punya security kat TV3. Keluar je Pak Gad tengah nyanyi lagu Tu Fat Anak Ayam, I kid you not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit. It's like this is it, and ni betul lah. We did what we set out to do. Now hip hop is considered mass, right? In a way.
Yeah.
So we set out to do. Now everybody is following suit. So that's good. I just wish that ramai lagi buat. Ramai lagi ada the energy, that power to, or the foolish bravado.
Yeah.
Remember when I did all this, I was 24, no? When you're 24, you don't know anything, right?
Yeah.
And that's good.
Yeah.
Because you don't know anything.
You langgar je.
Masuk je. Right now, if you do it when you're about 40, 50, you're like, no, it's too dangerous that you don't do it, like, you takut kan. So we need those young 24 or 25-year-old entrepreneurs out there yang berani, yang want something to prove, tapi tak sombong, tapi want have that. And it's like, I want to do something different, right? And then we need to support these guys because they will find a way to reinvigorate the music industry again. I think lah. Kan?
Well, technically, speaking from experiences and observation, yeah, that should be the way, like.
Yeah, it should be the way.
Yeah. So speaking, you mentioned TV. What made you, okay, music, I'm gonna do TV.
Masa tu I didn't know I was gonna do TV. But in came these guys from TV3 who called me up, and I don't know why they called me up. Because usually kalau these corporate guys call me up, they want artist number, they nak free CD. So this guy lah, Rahman and Syaril, now Datuk Sri Rahman, Tan Sri Syaril, but Rahman and Syaril dulu from MRCB who own TV3, and said they want to launch a new TV station, and kita suka lah you punya Indo nya album, kan dia suka Indo kan, boleh tak you buat TV station ni macam positive tone? I said okay, that I can do lah. So then that's why I said okay, if that's the job description, then I realized I'm not building the cars now to go to the highway. I can now build the highway itself. Right. So I decided to masuk and do, and I think the first year technically I did try to build the highway lah. We had all these things like Miss Nina had a show.
The hip-hop show, right?
We did the Quickie, we did the Shout Awards. We just built every highway that I could so that everybody got a chance to push something in lah. I think the Shout Awards also launched some careers or siapa. Gene Hackman was there, I remember. But all these kind of things lah. So we tried to do that. That's why I went into that, so that I can still continue my vision of giving something new to society lah.
So technically kalau kita collect balik apa you cakap, it's not much on your avenue atau outlet. It's actually your vision.
Yeah. I guess you can say that lah. So now that's why I'm very excited back with Comet. After ATV, then I had to run the whole of Media Prima TV networks, right? And then it became very, what you call it, a corporate job, which is nice. And then it's mass market, so you should find someone who's very specialized in mass market to do that, because actually you can lah kan. Then that's why I tried. Then masuk balik Primeworks, and then I did Agent Ali and stuff. And then I went to Disney to do Southeast Asian productions, and now on my own to do something new and different, back again lah, entrepreneurship, something new. So that's why I'm more excited now. It feels like I'm back at ETV again. Oh sorry, I'm back at Positive Tone again, but this time for films, right? And hopefully soon back to music lah.
Back to music, but masa kat ATV pun you founded Monkey Bone, right?
Yeah, well it was a necessity lah to take care of those artists that was coming out from the reality shows. So it's more like a business necessity. But Faizal Tahir, Jacqueline Victor, Sheila Hamzah, okay lah kira, we did okay. Yeah.
And another cultural punya tu lah kami, the soundtrack.
Yeah, of course, oh my god, how can I forget? Yes, kami. We launched 3 gigs to go along with kami.
Tour, right?
A little tour, just let's do it man, macam back to old times kan. But yeah, it was good.
Masa tu when you were, the line-up dalam kami punya compilation tu, were you like macam, dah ada macam ni compared to, because kalau kami was 2008.
2008, yeah. Oh my god.
So is it? Were you happy to see that? Now there's somewhat better.
Well, there are different bands I haven't heard of. New bands, new styles. I'm like, yeah, we should totally put this in. And I was kicking myself for not knowing that these bands were around. Some of these bands lah. So I thought, I gotta get back to the industry lah. So that reinvigorated me juga lah. Macam, you know, this is why we are supposed to be doing this highway. So that all these things can come true kan. So
You know, kami actually paved the way for XFM, the new wave.
Really?
Hujan. Yeah, okay. In
Yeah,
kami
yeah,
punya
yeah.
soundtrack, Mi Aku Husin.
yes, me and Kusin, yeah.
La 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 kerja lah.
Yeah.
And then from there, keluar apa, lagu Untukmu, right?
Yes.
The AJL winning song apa semua tu.
Yeah.
So that compilation somehow paved the way for the next wave after you did what you did with Positive Tone. Do you realize that?
It's better to come from someone else lah. Yeah. But I was so happy that dia macam jadi macam stepping stone lah kan. Yeah, after that, right, the wave of Hujan came about right after that kan.
Yeah. After kami lah.
Yeah, after kami.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully they were inspired by that. Hopefully, you know, we'll see. You need more of that, those macam key moments in music history to happen again, or music industry to happen again. Jadi orang boleh macam, what's the new Hujan? You know, or what's the new Meet Uncle Hussein? You know? What's the new OAG?
Because I think documentation also plays a role, because I just asked my team member, hey, Politik Emo, siapa?
Yelah, yeah.
Because I don't blame them, because it was not. Yalah, kalau ada history or somewhere where you can learn about, or the young acts cakap, hey, Politik Emo inspired me to, let's say macam contoh lah, you know.
Yeah.
So there is that flow of
Yeah.
historical punya lineage, so
Right.
that people will start appreciate more apa semua lah. So I think documentation,
It's very important.
tak ada.
Tak ada. But you know, of all the artists that's come up from Positive Tone, the most successful right now is Yogi B. I've seen people cry when they meet him.
Really?
Yeah, in South India.
Huh?
The southern part of India, all the big movies, he's there. He is the sound guy. He just did a New Year's Eve concert dekat sana. Besar gila, stadium. That guy. And he's pushing 50, yeah. So amazing.
Okay, what about OAG? You dah cakap apa Yogi B. What about
Yeah.
OAG? If there's anything to sum your journey with OAG.
Itulah, OAG ni kan, it's Radi, right? He's Radi. Radi's had his ups and downs lah with his life kan. No matter what, he's always got the catchiest melodies. Cuma the structure for him to release it out, to get proper backing and all that, has always been hit and miss for him. Kesian dia. I think in terms of pure songwriting talent, memang dia Banan lah, he's up there, you know. I'm still in contact with him, you know. Hari tu dia text saya, dia kata, he knows I got a Hofner bass yang macam Paul McCartney kan. Dia kata, oh, can I borrow that too? Okay, boleh, you know, that kind of thing lah. So I still happy out lah juga, you know. I think it's time for him to, if he's got the business sense, he should start his own label yang dia will release other artists yang dia boleh nurture. Because he's also pushing 50. So he should actually, now it's time to, okay, now let me just, you know, he can feature in their albums and then he can then create the new wave lah, you know, under him lah. Maybe he can't handle the business side, he can actually assign it to someone, macam Comet Records ke.
Possible. Too fat? To sum up your journey with them?
Oh my god, they were so hyped. It was so crazy the time masa kita dengan diorang. It's just like so nice. It's sad that they're not together. Because even though they're different, the difference was the thing that made them work. It's just like in Nintendo, the difference was the thing that made them work, you know. Sama dengan Too Fat lah. Because they're not together, so it's sayang lah. By themselves, they're great. But it's Lennon McCartney, right? Put them together, hoi, lain jadi kan. Yeah. So I sayang lah we don't see that anymore. But the journey that we have them was stupendous. I learned a lot dealing with them on their contract. They kept me on my toes, man. And I like that. I like artists who keep me on my toes. Like, okay, I'm going to check every line, check every line. This is good. And artists who read their own contract.
Innuendo?
Indo sayang lah, sangat sayang because I think they probably were reluctant artists lah. But when they were at their peak, oh my god. I used to sit on the floor and get them to sing around me because they're perfect blend of voices I have never heard before anywhere in my entire life around the world. I never heard that 4 voices yang perfectly match. Remy at the very high, Put has got the tenor, Taj has got the bass, and Sam's like screaming baritone. So like, wah, I cannot. Susah nak cari macam tu. And cantik je bila dia nyanyikan. If you ever get them 4 together, sit in the middle, on the floor, let them sing above you. You cannot get that experience.
Serious, huh?
But we were on a high when we were with them. We were the most famous label at the time because they were the most successful in the mainstream world at that time. So I enjoyed that ride with them, and I thank them for also teaching me how to be very, very detailed in music. Right. More than my school days.
Okay, cool. Kita akan lepas ni biar Izham korek-korek, and then kita pula akan mengorek more stories from stuff yang dia pick up.
Wah.
CD CD or vinyl? Which one you
Vinyl all the time.
prefer? Why? Maybe ada orang yang tak tahu.
Vinyl sebab dia punya sound goes analog to analog. CD is oh my god. Okay, but CD ni dah jadi 1 and 0. I mean the digitalized kan. So matter how fine your resolution is, you still ada yang something's missing. Vinyl there is no digital resolution kan. Maknanya is warm sound. Benda yang your telinga is meant to hear, it will hear lah. Yang ni yelah.
The digital dia very structured.
Saya rasa kalau macam anjing kan, dia boleh tahu the difference between CD dengan vinyl.
Really?
Macam this is different sounding. But anyway, this album, I have the vinyl. My in-laws gave it to me.
Original pressing?
Original pressing. Okay, it's in okay condition. Ada scratches sikit. And then that same year kan, saya pergi AB Fest. Saya tengok the brand new, or not brand new but mint condition. Dia jual 5,005. So I'm like, something. So I told my in-laws, I ain't giving back to you, man. So yeah, Piramli, of course, the best song in here to me was Pukul 3 Pagi. Because bila dengar dia punya sound and dia punya mix for what they did at the time kan, dia semua nyanyi dalam satu microphone kan. They had no separation, no remixing, one shot je kan. You dengar dia punya sound, amazing how they did it.
You can only get that if you listen to the vinyl.
The vinyl. But boleh jugalah kalau CD boleh. But the vinyl macam masuk lah. Together with the scratches and all that, dia akan masuk.
Okay.
And oh my god, look at this. Oh my goodness, even kami yang buat. So all this, okay, let me see.
Okay.
First ever album.
I have a question this one. Kenapa Run was not used as the lead singer?
Tried to lah, tapi kan we played to the, what you call it, the DJs. Dia kata only you lah catchy. Okay lah, so we listen to the DJs.
Because I think Run is the first of proper Malaysian hip hop track lah.
You're right.
So
then we got our back. I mean, when they released the album, then we did everything changes. That was okay lah.
Okay.
This is good. This is then their gang, OAG, and then this Just Mistress. And this one yang menang 6 awards lah. I designed this sticker myself.
Really?
That's why it's so ugly and yellow. This album was a passion project lah.
So Good Inside, who wrote? That is my favourite track.
Oh, me and Remy.
Itu very sexual, that song, I feel.
You listen to the album lah. It's very sexual.
Yeah, because So Good Inside tu macam, oh my god, nama pun So Good Inside, and then the melody, the harmony, macam it gets you in the mood.
The opening scene is pakai vocoder. Vocoder tu was touch and put fooling around with the vocoder in the studio. And suddenly, sedapnya. So Puri had the opening, and then Remy had this song. I did the music behind it, and then it became So Good Inside lah. Thanks, man. I didn't know that you like R&B like that.
Oh, ada. I listen to all. Kejap lagi satu yang tadi. Trick and Tails, ni the same things that you wanted to do with 1+1 lah.
Yeah, exactly the same, because we had success here. So we thought, let's try this dengan R&B and hip hop lah. So we put all these guys together, and then we got like Notius Maximus, Rifa, to me, I think the most underrated rapper around. Embers of Soul, Berhad pun ada.
This was Berhad punya breakthrough kan?
Berhad punya breakthrough. Yeah, correct.
So you think we need more stuff like this, compilation to sample?
We need compilation that people know what everybody is doing, and then from there they boleh breakthrough lah. I believe so. Wow.
This one album cover ni gambar apa sebenarnya?
Ini gambar kindergarten, si one of my PR executive, nama dia Latun. I said, hey, let's use your picture. I said, okay lah, so tak bayar dia royalty.
I nak tanya, since you mention Latun, the team masa tu, right? Because I've been to your office masa tu, dia tak rasa macam everyone is working, semua everyone in a gang.
Yeah.
So how did you get?
We try to be in a gang lah. We try to be macam like this is a family kan. So let's have this feeling of family. We all in this together lah. Susah senang bersama kan. So I think it wasn't like work to us lah. Everybody still remembers fondly that they tell me lah that their favourite time of their career was always kat Positive Tone.
So do you think that also play a key role in like shaping of in moving together the label?
Yeah. Because everybody's ideas were accepted. Like they want to try this, want to try that. Okay, let's try this, man. Let's try that. Because someone's idea. So nobody's ideas is considered dumb. right? The only dumb ones are the ones that we don't even consider to be an idea. That's a dumb decision. We always get everybody's ideas in and then decide, like, let's go with this one. So, yeah. So I think everybody enjoyed freedom, creative expression, you know.
Do you think that's the best way to operate when you want to achieve something yang maybe lain sikit from the the masses apa semua?
As I said, a great team is one that moves together. Not one lead semua ikut dia. Itu become autocratic. Ni macam everybody in the team believes in it. So when you cocok sikit ke tepi pun, their reply will be the same. We want to do this. It's not like, oh, we follow the boss. We all want to do this. We all want to change the world. Okay lah, let's do it together. Like, listen to your ideas. And I just lead the pack lah. Tapi sebenarnya buat kerja semua dia orang. Wow. What a dilly. This is the album that changed the direction of hip-hop in Malaysia lah. The first song I heard from them, mana? Little Fingers lah. Si Damien ni, dia buat programming pakai PlayStation 1.
PS1.
I don't know what program he had on it, but he did his arrangements on his PlayStation 1. Can you imagine? So yeah, this is a seminal album lah.
Bomo, the song yang that triggered the so-called feud tu.
I know.
Same label pula tu.
I know. These guys like, come on guys, come on. I don't need these guys. So I don't know. So but I think they both like realize it's more like macam wayang lah. Just gaduh-gaduh lah sikit tapi okay lah. Nothing. Emo knows that it was time for Too Fat at that time. So, okay lah. Then everybody went on their own way.
So the fan je lah yang feeling lebih ada beef apa semua.
Dia macam okay lah, you just making fun of it. We make fun of you so lah. Ada nothing like macam. It's not like East and West dekat America kan. Thank God it's not like that. I saw something here that changed my life, which is this album we did there, Rubber Soul. So Rubber Soul ni is zaman when Beatles moved from being the She Loves You pergi ke Sgt. Pepper's. This is the transition album. Many people say this is the best album ever done. Because you tengok lagu-lagu macam ni, In My Life, Norwegian Wood, like not your typical pop song. So dia berani say, we are the Beatles, biggest band in the world, we sell millions, we're gonna come up with a different album than She Loves You or I Want to Hold Your Hand. So kudos to them and everybody should listen to this album. So,
kalau ada satu album, let's say Too Fat, right? They had four albums, right? Which one is their Rubber Soul to you?
The second one, Plan B.
Plan B.
Because of Anak Ayam. Because Anak Ayam made the decision to okay, yeah, fine, let's leave our true hip-hop thing, let's just add more Malaysian elements to it and change the direction. They had that intro to their gigs. They used Anak Ayam as just an intro, and then they went to another song. So I went to Malik and said, why don't you make that into your song? Betul. So they, kudos to them, they took it up and just did it to their own song kan. So amazing lah. So
speaking about transition juga, opera radio friendly.
Why?
What's your thought about it? Because that was Radhi punya somewhat comeback and then first Malay album, right?
Yeah. I think if he always wanted to do that for a long time, and I think it was good for him. It showcased his style. Itulah dia. I wish you should have been promoted even more. But maybe because every artist sebenarnya lah ada 5 years life cycle aja.
Oh, is it?
You notice lah. Only legends go beyond. Like most artists 5-year peak. So maybe at that time, how old was he at that time when he released?
Tak ingat. I think 2000. I was with Tone magazine. Maybe 2002, 2003.
Yeah. Maybe at that time, CCCB was big in 96 kan?
94.
Yeah. So 9 years. So maybe he should have done that earlier. My feeling, Opera Radio Friendly. I love the album. But my favorite album is the one Satellite Ink. Satellite Ink is my favorite because I don't know. I just like the feeling. The
vibe. That one is bigger sound. They had like apa nama Konspirasi Bising International, which is my favorite track.
Alright, I like. It's just so dreamy. But it's interesting you brought Opera Radio Friendly. Most people will bring up CCTV. Yeah, most people bring up CCTV, but
no, because I see it in a way like macam OAG like they technically pecahkan the door, right? The album, right? Opera Radio Friendly, dia pecahkan the door for the indie bands. Boleh lah nyanyi Melayu, sedap lah. So I see it from that point of view lah. They were I think if I'm not mistaken, they were the first indie band yang sebelum ni English, they recorded in Malay. Because after that, then you have like Butterfingers punya Selamat Tinggal Dunia, and then
Right.
you have Poppy.
That's I think you should have done it earlier. I believe they should have done it earlier. But I am the executive who never pushes an artist to do something they don't want to do. So at that time, they still want to record in English. So I said, okay. But then Radi was the one who mentioned, I think right before Radio Opera, Radio Friendly, he did an interview on TV. Dia kata, ayolah, kita sekarang semua kena sedar sekarang ni. Market kita lagi besar kalau dalam bahasa Malaysia. So kita buat album bahasa Malaysia. So I thought, okay, finally he realised lah kan. But
And I think the fact that masa tu Indonesian band was big.
was getting big. Yeah, getting
so
bigger,
dia somehow ada like apa macam trigger the local bands.
boleh.
We can, yeah. So
I
which is
guess
good lah.
our disadvantage or advantage was that we all can speak English. Then maybe that has been the disadvantage. So everybody starts recording in English first kan. But actually we could have recorded in Malay first.
It would be different story lah.
Different story. But I think all the artists needed to go through that. Kita record in English and then suddenly boom, everybody does in Malay like OAG to Fat. This guy, I just saw this just now. He is to me is the most amazing piano player in the world. Fortunately, dia dapat 2 strokes, so he cannot play any. Dia kalau main kan, dalam satu arena tu semua kena senyap tau. You batuk je, dia berhenti dipandang.
Wow.
They give out cough drops before the performance because they kata, you are here to enjoy my entire musical journey. I'm going to take you from the first note to the last note. You have to faham all the notes. Kalau you batuk ke ambil gambar ke memang nak kena lah. He once stood up, marah orang. And he got banned.
You've seen him live?
No, I haven't seen him live, but I saw that video. He got banned from a few cities around the world because he was berate the audience. But when he plays, the way the sonic soundscape that he does, something I've been trying to copy, but memang susah, memang dahsyat. The one before him that this was a guy called Bill Evans.
Oh, Bill Evans.
So Bill Evans and Keith Jarrett to me was like, I can listen to this and cry, but amazing that you got this album here. 70 kasih discount sikit bro.
Boleh just.
When I was young, my mum exposed me to disco.
Really,
And this band. And this
Village
soundtrack.
people
And this soundtrack. Can't stop the music. So I kind of got influenced by them a little bit lah, in terms of the driving bass lines.
Oh.
It's very simple driving, but it's catchy. And to see that all people did the dance floor dancing to this, like, kenapa lah? So bass line dia catchy. So I thought, yeah, sorry, I know this is a weird thing, but no Saleh boleh pegang ke? Dia kata not touch.
Boleh, alah, dia cakap je kan. Kan touch.
Tapi tak cukup tinggi.
Okay. This one No Saleh, angin kencang.
Okay.
Look at the price.
Oh my god. 1350. This song to me is recent times one of the amazing songs ever written lah. The way he wrote it, I said, okay, this is not macam someone simple writing it. Dia macam ada knowledge. When you write a song like that, you have the knowledge. Technically, his use of major 7 chords were always around his music, but he used it nicely on this track. So it's one of the songs that I wish I wrote.
Oh.
Yeah, tapi he wrote it. So damn it, no. Okay.
Yeah, No Saleh.
So yeah, no Saleh.
Okay, kita dah tengok Izham pilih apa browse through apa semua. Lepas ni kita tengok yang mana satu dia nak pick up to buy. So Izham, which one you're picking? Satu je
I'm picking satu ni sebab susah sangat nak dapat yang ni. And this kind of music is best listened to on the vinyl because you hear the full sonic quality lah kan. It's recorded analog, so you should hear it analog juga lah.
So ni first pressing asyik ada Warner punya stiker hologram.
I guess so, betul ya.
Yeah, Warner Atlantic kan. So yeah. So I cannot wait because this is one of his first trio. Keith Jarrett, Charlie Hayden and Paul Motian. So one of his famous trios lah. So,
Famous trios.
and Josh Avakian is a very famous jazz producer. So okay lah. Ni best ni. Dengar in a rainy day.
I'll check it out. Okay. Thank you so much for your time, Izham.
No problem.
It was a great conversation.
Thank you.
Good luck with Comet.
Thanks.
Alright. Okay.
Alright.
See you guys next episode. Ciao.
Terima kasih.